Deck list number 2 is coming from Zera. It's called Templar Playground, discard for value. So this is Spirit of Fire running Alice Golden Queen. Obviously, they chose the CUR version. What a Chad. It looks like we got a bunch of draw in here. So Backup Charger, Cleric Robes, Condemned Trinket, which is very interesting. Banish a card from your graveyard, put an Omen counter on it. Oh, it looks like they're using it to enable Flame Sorcal. Flame Sorcel. That's quite interesting. So there's basically saying that the materialization from Condemned Trinket will frequently lead to an additional draw from Flame Sorcel, so it could potentially be worth more than one draw from your material deck. I don't hate it. Flame Resonance Bauble, Water, Wind Resonance Bauble, GCR, Pocket Watch. Pocket Watch is very interesting. Pocket Watch indicates to me that we're looking to burst someone down. Probably like on charge 2, we're looking to like Eternal and Arthur. Tengu, Smoke Bombs. Okay. So lots of draw coming out of the material deck. Blighted Jewel, it replaces itself on enter, it becomes ephemeral, and then each ephemeral ally gets +1 damage as long as it enters the field this turn. Losser on enter, Losser gets +X until end of turn, where X is the amount of Specter allies you control. Specter allies you control have stealth as long as they're awake. Liminal Guide. Level 1 deck. Man, there could be a lot of dead Liminal Guides in this deck. Lingering Banshee. Ephemerate 6. As long as you control one or more ephemeral objects, this card costs 3 less to activate this way. Okay. Undying Dreams. This is the classic floating memory that gives a buff counter to an ephemeral ally, and it gives it +1/+1. It's not bad. It looks like we're going for a Specter package here. Guardian Specter. Oh, wow. Didn't see this one coming. On death, return it. It becomes ephemeral. Basically just having a double taunt for 2, which isn't too bad. Arthur Young Heir. Everyone knows Arthur. Card's nuts. Creative Shock, Cremation Ritual, Flamebound Drag, which basically it's ephemeral when it comes in. Sorcel, which draw a card, then discard a card. If the reserve cost discarded is equal to the reserve cost of an Omen, draw another card. Basically saying that we're going to get 2 cards off of Condemned Trinket. Basically, you're playing Condemned Trinket, you're banishing it, banishing a card from your graveyard and putting an Omen counter on it. And theoretically, you're going to be looking for something pretty common, which is going to be like a 2 or a 3, since like most of these cards are 2s and 3s. You put a 2 and 3 in there, and then like every time you play Sorcel, you're basically aiming to discard whatever matches your Omen. Hasty Messenger, Incarnated Templar, class bonus for level 1. Put target Spectre ally with reserve cost 3 or less from your graveyard onto the field. It becomes ephemeral. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Rattle the Abyss. Everyone knows this card. Draw a card. Card's nuts. Discard up to 2 Specters. For each one discarded, draw an additional card. Card's crazy. Love that card. Vengeful Paramour on enter. If it's ephemeral, deal 2 damage to target champion. Evercurrent Raider. Just a floating memory, essentially. So, like, we've got, 8 floating memory? Undying Dreams, we have 3, so we have 7 float. Is that right?
New high score!
What does high score mean?
7 float. 4 cost?
All I ever cared about
Lana,
were video
thank you so
games,
much
and
for
they've made me a
51
millionaire.
months.
So
appreciate you
maybe I
talking.
don't know what the Civil War was.
Crossroads Specter and Shackled Thurgus. Let's see. How do we break this down? So we've got a 4 ally package with Incinerated Templar. So basically the goal here is to use Incinerated Templar to return one of these 4 allies. Do I like Shackled Thurgeist with having 4 attack over the Crossroads Specter, which has 3 attack and utility? I'm not 100% sure. It looks like the goal here is just to push damage with things like Blighted Jewel, Losser, Undying Dreams, and just kind of go face. With that being said, I don't hate the 2-2 split. I feel like I would probably want to. I'd probably want to just go like 4-0. Probably want to just go Shackled Thurgus 4 of. Just get the extra damage, right? I think it's definitely worth it. 4 Liminal Guides feels a little bit weird. Feels really greedy since we're only leveling to level 1 Alice. We have like 1 shot at a Liminal Guide, so the rest of the time you're playing this deck, it's pretty useless. Lingering Banshee, not bad recursion. Blighted Jewel is very interesting. It could push some damage. I like the fact that it replaces itself. The deck has a lot of self-replacement. Arthur's like your prime target to keep alive in this deck. Your entire goal is keep Arthur alive and Prage, that you can put more allies on the battlefield through either Ephemerate or, maybe Templar or something along those lines, just to get the extra value. I feel like the thing that this deck lacks the most is reach. So going into like a Resolute Stand or maybe a Terrafring could be very, very painful. Yeah, I think that if I was to make changes to this deck, I would probably lean off of the Incarnated Templar package. Like, take out the Incarnated. Maybe you could keep the Templars and maybe just get rid of the advanced elements, because when you don't have an advanced element, these things are dead. Sure, you can maybe discard them to Hasty Messenger, Creative Shock, really any of your loot. Sure, they're not like completely dead, but in some situations, top decking, they're going to be pretty useless. Liminal Guides, not super great. I'm thinking we would probably want to try to find ways to get additional reach, to be completely candid with you. So really anything you can maybe hold up interactive wise and do instep, whether it's just like direct burn or something along those lines, or potentially even something that would prevent them from recovering health. The new 2 damage spell from DTR that deals 2 damage to a target unit and prevents them from recovering. I think those would probably be the changes I would look for. I would look for reach, because there's a lot of opportunity for us to just whiff and like churn our gears and not do anything, and give the opponent time to get health, establish a board presence, clear our board, etc., etc., etc. Also, I don't think I saw any chessman attacks. Keck W. So, I'm not 100% sure why we're going specifically with Alice, but I do want to still pull it up, do a test hand. We're just going to stick with Diana Sleeves. There's only 1 chessman attack. Oh, what a missed opportunity that is. All right, let's see. What does this hand do? This is hand number 1. What does it do? We can Hasty Messenger, loot. We don't want to use Sorcal just yet because we want to create an Omen. So theoretically, we would probably want to put like a 2 cost or something. Like, we do have Templar package, which isn't terrible, but like we don't have a lot going on for us. We would Hasty Messenger. Let's pretend we Hasty Messenger, right? Let's say we put down our Templar package just for the sake of argument. We Hasty Messenger, we attack. We probably discard, I guess we discard Thurgus, we draw a card. Like, we could Cremation our Hasty Messenger, but it's not particularly good. Yeah, I don't know. It feels clunky. It doesn't feel smoothed out. Like, even drawing Rel of the Abyss here, let's say we drew 2, like 1 off GCR and whatnot. Like, I guess this makes it way better since we have Evercurrent Raider where we can cleanly level up. But if we do this, if we like force a level up, we have 4 Liminal Guides in our deck that are completely dead, right? Like, the next liminal guide would have been 3 cards down. Means we would have had to wait like an extra turn or two in order to use it. I feel like liminal guides are something that you're going to want to do if you are going to level up multiple times. Otherwise, like, you're just praging you get them in your opening hand, right? So take it for what it's worth. I don't think the liminal guides are the right play in this deck, especially since you're only going to level 1. We do have a lot of loot, which is really cool. We do have a lot of ways to enable Incarnated Templar, just get 2-for-1s. Incinerated Templar, sorry. Yeah, I think that we need reach. We need other ways for consistency, and probably to trim some of the fat, like liminal guides, these specters. We can keep Incinerated Templar in just for other things. Like, we can bring back a Losser, right? That'd be dope. Way better than bringing back a Thurgus or a Specter. So overall, I think the deck has a bit of potential. I think it's more of a fun deck than it is a competitive deck, especially in its current state. I think that we could potentially refine this deck by making it either a level 2 or a level 3 deck, or potentially just adding extra reach to it. Nevertheless, thank you for the decklist submission. I appreciate it, Zera.